you back, huh? Very good. Okay, good. We'll start. And I thought I had I thought I saw Father. Sorry, Councilman here. Hey, how are you? Seems like it's been forever. Okay. All right, we got the councilman here. We're ready to roll. Well, good morning, and thank you all for being here with us this morning in the heart of the Treme community. Very happy to be here. And of course, when we're talking about being on St. Phillip Street between North Johnson and North Galvez Streets, this is also the Art Space Bell School community that was a real asset for, and has been a real asset to this community. As it was being developed, though, this particular street was folded into that development, no longer making it a part of a public right-of-way. And so, by the community working together, and also with the church, St. Peter Claver, they actually galvanized the community to voice the concerns of the residents who wanted this street to remain open to the public. And so they were told, oh no, the rules have changed, it's not yours anymore. And so again, St. Peter Claver, the parish community and the community leadership overall said, oh no, it is our street. So they did the legwork, they found the ordinances, they contacted their councilman, they worked with the councilman to ensure that yes, indeed, it is a public street. And this happened in 2019. The city of New Orleans then moved forward with saying, absolutely, we're giving the street back to the community. We then identified over $344,000 of bond project money to make this happen. So this has been a long haul. It's been a great, I would say, a good time getting here. Definitely hard work of the community, and of course that with the council member and the Department of Public Works, and in partnership with Art Space Bell School. So we want to thank all of our partners, but I am just so excited to return this street back to the community. After we cut the ribbon, you will see within the next day, and actually it should happen today, Keith is on top of this to make sure that these bollards are removed. And again, it is open back to the community. You also noticed just a lot of infrastructure work happening in this area right now, and we're replacing drainage lines, resurfacing streets throughout the community and neighborhood of Treme. So without further ado, I want to acknowledge Ramsey Green, my Deputy CAO of Infrastructure. I have my Director, Keith LaGrange of the Department of Public Works, with us as well. And of course, our Councilman Jared Brossette. Again, this was funded, made possible through bond money. And I got to give a shout out to the public who approved a $500 million bond sale deal for the city in November, which will act as really a stimulus to our economy as we move through this pandemic. So with that, I want to bring up Keith LaGrange to give you a little bit more about what's happening. Then we'll hear from our council member. We'll cut the ribbon and get on with it. So thank you again.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. It's a pleasure to be here with you and the Council Member Brossette. I want to again begin by assuring that all of our contractors are required to follow CDC guidelines. Our construction managers are out there every day making sure they're doing everything to protect themselves, their employees, as it relates to COVID. With respect to hurricane season, all of our contractors, as y'all seen last week when the two storms were in the cone of, when New Orleans was in the cone, we implemented our protocol for hurricane prep. Contractors were out till Sunday night cleaning up their job sites, making sure everything was picked up should the storms come, and making sure our neighborhoods are safe. So just let the public know we're on top of the contractors, and they're doing their job well. Several weeks ago, we reached a substantial completion on this project. It was about $344,000 out of bond funds. The project required close coordination between the city maintenance contractor and the owner of the roadway, who is Art Space Bell School Apartments. The roadway was reconstructed based on the collective ideas proposed by ArtSpace residents and our contractor alike. It will be opened as a public street, as the mayor mentioned, as soon as we're done with the ribbon cutting. The completed work includes new 14-foot roadway. You'll notice the meander. That's part of our some of our new traffic calming concepts for neighborhoods with new streets. We know as soon as a new street gets repaved, it becomes a speedway. So we're trying to mitigate that, and whenever possible, we'll put in any kind of practices and engineering procedures that we can allow those streets to be more traffic calming and slower for people to really enjoy and the public can use. A lot of work's going on in these areas, and I'd like to recognize the two guys that were instrumental in making this project happen. We got Daniel Lee and Javier Chavez with us from our maintenance group. All of our bond-funded projects, all of our last-minute projects, all of our we need to get this done tomorrow, those guys are really instrumental in making that happen. Currently, we have 62 projects worth $416 million in construction throughout the city. Right now, behind you, you can see the Treme Lafitte Group A project worth $6 million that is currently underway. Also, between now and the end of the year, we're forecasted to have advertised and bid over $580 million. That's, we ask the public to please stay patient with us during our part in our progress. Stay patient with us. This work is not painless. It's very painful, but we're here to get it done for you and give the city and the citizens what they deserve. Should you have any questions, please reach out to us at 504-658-ROAD, or you can visit us at roadwork.nola.gov. Thank you all.
Thank you. Councilman?
Good morning, everybody. Thank you, Mayor. Thank you for your hard work, and thank you to the administration. This is definitely a long time coming of infrastructure work. Just this small piece, but this small piece, this small block of St. Phillip Street means a lot to the community. And I want to first thank the St. Peter Claver and this entire neighborhood for their patience. Patience is a virtue, and their patience with this project. And as I stood here as the mayor was talking and she just wrapped up, thinking of Father Asari, and there he walks up out of nowhere, and I would think of what he would say with just one word, and that's the word of amen. This day has finally come. The community was very instrumental in this project, and I want to thank my team, my District D team as well, because this has been years in the making. And while the construction, as the mayor has said, didn't begin until November of 2019, the issues regarding the closure of this street by the private owner, which is ArtSpace, and the transfer of the city began in 2017, in which ArtSpace had to come to the city council to donate the street back to the city. My office had numerous meetings with the community and ArtSpace and St. Peter Claver throughout 2017 and 18 regarding the reopening and the transfer of the street. And I want to thank, of course, Department of Public Works because they went and dug literally and found the bond money and got the bond money put to work to widen this street, add the new sidewalks, and give the community what they've been waiting for since its closure. And so I want to thank all involved, including the contractors. This is definitely a infrastructure asset that many throughout the community and throughout this city will benefit from. So thank you all. Thank you, Mayor.
No, thank you. Thank you, Councilman. Appreciate that. And as I started the press conference, I mentioned the community and that of the St. Peter Claver Church and being a force behind getting this done. And so we do have with us Pastor and Father John Asari Dankwa of St. Peter Claver. And Father, you've been putting up with, I know a lot of the construction and a lot is going on now, but it's towards progress. But if you don't mind just sharing a little bit with us before we cut that ribbon about how hard your parish has worked to make this happen in partnership with our councilmen and city. Thank you for being here. Gotta give us something.
I just, on behalf of St. Peter River Parish community and entire Tremere community, just a special word of thanks to our mayor and our councilman. As our councilman said, we had a lot of meetings, and I also appreciate your patience. And any time that we call him, he's there on time. And so I just want to say thank you for letting us believe what you say. That is number one, because most of the time people don't believe politicians because they say something and they do another thing. But these are men and women that we can trust. So I just want to say thank you very much for doing what you say you are going to do. And I hope all the projects that we are doing, may God continue to bless the work of our hands as we move our city forward. Thank you. God bless you.
Father. All right, thank you so much. So let's cut a ribbon.
Madam Mayor, does we have any questions about this actual project before we do the ribbon cutting? I have one.
Okay, what you say?
Mayor, you mentioned it took the community involvement to kind of fight and reclaim the street as a public street, that kind of thing. Is that an odd situation, or does that happen more often than one might think?
Well, actually, you know, I was on the city council for over 6 years myself, so I would say it's not something that we would deal with on a daily basis, meaning that our public rights of way are taken away and having to be reclaimed by the community. That was a part of the program in terms of the development of this site initially, but quickly it was changed once the voice of the community was not only heard, but again put into practice, as Father Sari indicated, doing what we say that we would do in response to those voices. So,
how much time does that add to a project like this, getting those things straightened out?
well, you know what? The councilman mentioned, you know, that whole transfer was initiated in 2017. And at that time, there was just some back and forth, again, about who owns the street. And I'm telling you, the parish community did the legwork, found the law, came back, you know, participated in the council process and got what they deserved and what they wanted and advocated for. And that's how government works. That's how it should work, from the bottom on up. Thank you. All right.
Everybody, we can have everybody. Madam Mayor, you can be right here in the middle. Okay. And Daniel, I might need you for ribbon duty. Doing the public work.
Father, you want to get in here and cut ribbon for your people? Hey, come on.
Oh, no, you do the cut.
Come on, Father, you got to hold these scissors. I'm going to hold this. And you can cut the ribbon. Councilman, you want to count them down? Father, you got to hold both of them. It's a real simple. Okay. Don't cut too soon. Go ahead, Councilman.